Hey, did you ever get access to T4? Because I put in a ticket along with yours, and they said that you have access to it and then it works. We're going to work.
Oh, when did you put in a ticket?
Yesterday.
Oh, okay.
When you said you didn't, I was like, well, you know, maybe they will,
Like needed to get
listen to me. And so, and they're like, we already have this. We've been working with this. She has access to it. I'm like, okay.
That's interesting. I
It's in my
sent
office.
it
Too many things going on.
Okay.
yeah, like as soon as I sent that email, I said, I guess I'll just request it, and if they need Sam's permission, they'll ask her.
Yeah.
And so that's funny that they said that. They
Yeah.
acted like it's been in the works.
Right. That's, yeah.
So I got an email yesterday afternoon, and I hadn't even checked it. It was from Chuck. You know Chuck. And so it was like, I don't know. But yeah, I'll just double check. Okay. Because my whole thing with them was I've only ever done one website.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to, like, do I just see both now on one? I don't know
Yeah,
how
you
to
see both.
Okay.
Because I do the register for it, so I see both.
Okay, great. So then I'll check on it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So great. Well, good. And that's the plan is I'll go in there and see what I can mess around with. Cool.
Yeah.
Did you already add that senator?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Morning, everyone. We're gonna just wait a couple more minutes in case anyone else is coming. It's only 9:01, but slow start to the week for everyone. Whoa. Oh, okay. Okay, awesome. Okay, good to know. We're not more important? How dare.
They sent me an update on the.
Oh, they did? Don't pretty good.
I wish it did. And I know that. I couldn't have it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, maybe we could say for guidance service chemistry, me as an executive committee member or an officer. Yeah, instead of member. So maybe do that instead of member. As we make it. As we extend it.
I'm still waiting. I just want to wait 2 more minutes. All right, we're going to get started since we are live. Ebony's going to take roll call.
Good morning. All right. Sarah Bailey. Rachel Baker. Cindy Baldridge. Matt Barnes. Penny Bell. Jean Bennett. April Betch. Lashia Bowers. Chris Carter. Brittany Donatelli Parks. Vivian Ford. Jacqueline Fox. Daniel Hugs. Brian Hutchinson. Jeffrey Inch. Laney Kostrom. Dave Clowder. Michelle Lewis. I'm here. Kelly Moore. Bradley Queen. Walter Showers. Wendy Singleton. Abby Sink. Jennifer Stewart. Sam Sullivan.
Here.
Rhonda Toney. Judith Zhang, and Charlene Swing.
All right, everyone. Next on our list is to approve the minutes from August. Is there any discussion on August minutes? All right. Do I have a motion on the floor to approve the minutes? Motion by Kelly, second. Second by Brittany. All in favor of the August minutes? All opposed? All righty. I don't have my gavel today, you guys, so sorry, it's going to be less fun. Oh, goodness. No special order of the day, and I do have some stuff in my president's report. So, Executive Council met yesterday, and just a couple of items to really emphasize. Founders Week is beginning this week, and it kind of kicks off with the DeCenzo Hall dedication. That is at 10 a.m. on Friday at DeCenzo Hall over by the Residence Hall. So definitely encourage all of you to go, encourage your constituents to head out and go as well and go to that dedication. And then later that day is the Founders Day Convocation. That is at 7 p.m. And so we also encourage you to go. Again, got to come back to campus, but hey, it'll be a good time and a good kickoff of the week of the Founders Day celebrations. And I will mention the rest of those events at the end of this meeting. I had several recent topics over the past month submitted, a lot anonymous. So hopefully those people are watching today, especially if I have an answer. Again, it is, I understand the need for anonymity. But if you could just leave your name on it so I can respond to you. I definitely do not share names when I'm asking questions, so keep that in mind. But just in case you don't watch, you may not be able to get an answer. So, but anyway, so I had several. One of a question that came in was in regards to sanitation stations and what the status was with that as we kind of move away from extreme COVID. And so the paper towels and sprays won't be returning, and they will slowly be phased out. The entire stations will slowly be phased out and replaced with just hand sanitizer stations, especially in the high traffic areas. So you'll notice the sanitation stations being slowly phased out. The new university hours, I had a lot of questions about those. I'm sure that you all had questions from your constituents about the new university hours. People were asking why it was department-based and not just a university-wide. These are the new dates. You know, it's service to our students, and individual units are required to determine the days and hours to operate. So it's really focused on the students, and in case they need us in the afternoon on Fridays. And so that was the answer I had received back in regards to the new university hours. Lactation stations, those were removed. I believe they used to be in Lib Jackson. We have a lot of faculty and staff on campus who may need use of those. I didn't receive an answer back from that, but I don't know if anyone is here who might be aware of what is going on. Okay. Okay, so there's a lactation station on the second floor of the library. Just need to go to the main desk to get the key to the room. So there is this place there for that. Another big thing that came up, and surprise, parking. That's always an issue and a question on campus. One of the main issues that people have been noticing, especially around Chauncey's Choice, there are a lot of, especially around lunchtime, a lot of cars haphazardly placed, parked, not in parking spaces, on the grass. And so if this can be monitored more closely, I understand that the first week of classes was the Pack the Pantry ticketing. But yeah, if this can be monitored more closely, especially as there's more people on campus. This was an issue over the summer, but as more people are on campus, be safer. Had a question about the parking lot signage to each parking lot. If it could just be a little bit bigger for who cannot park there. Those were questions I had. Plans for more parking lots in the exteriors of campus, and then a question about the electric car stations, if those can be monitored more closely, because there are people who are parking there that don't need it, and the people who do have electric cars that need to charge their cars can't. So unfortunately, I haven't received answers back from those yet, but those were some of the parking questions I had, and hopefully I'll have answers next month for the people who asked them. A question was asked if the university being closed for holidays an email can be sent out to students because they may not be aware. I do know that we do put that on the academic calendar, that holidays doesn't necessarily say that the university will be closed on those days, because some student holidays we are open. For example, Election Day, we are open on Election Day and students don't have classes. But if an email can be sent out to students, if there's not one already, I know not all of us get student emails, so correct me if I'm wrong if anyone receives student emails, but I don't believe they receive something that says we are closed. And then someone had asked about staff training and if there's going to be more of that, and I direct you towards the professional development website because there's ongoing stuff, and I know Jean can speak more to that, but there's registration for that stuff. That stuff is ongoing, so I direct you to their website. I believe it's still coastal.edu/TDSE/registration is the last link I saw. I don't think that's for the registration of the events that you can partake in. So those were the recent topics I had. Again, unfortunately, I haven't received back answers to a lot of them. But if anyone possibly has answers themselves who might be in this room, feel free to speak up. But yeah, great. I have updates from HR and Tom Kazera. So the remote work program. The Board of Trustees did not have time to review the policy during their August meeting, so they will review it during their October meeting, which is second week of October, I believe. And if that policy is approved in October, the pilot of the remote work program will begin that month or in November. Paid parental leave. So this was signed into law by Governor McMaster. It goes into effect on the 1st of October, and it's only available to employees in full-time positions, and that is the state law. HR is currently developing procedures and documentation to administer the new benefit at Coastal, and so more information about that will be shared later this month before it starts. The one-time bonuses for the state of South Carolina employees, that is still to be determined, but it should hopefully come in October. And so, again, more information to come by HR in the next month or so once they get more information from state HR. The staff compression study, that has started the beginning of this month. The salary changes are to be into effect in November. The new rates, if applicable, will appear in the mid-December paychecks. And I do know that we are hopefully going to have our Policy and Welfare Committee work with HR on the staff compression study and kind of get questions out there, get answers that we may need, and hopefully we'll have more information as the months go by on the staff compression study and what that will look like for us later in the semester. The EPMS process. The current annual evaluation period ends October 31st. Employees are encouraged to begin summarizing their accomplishments to share with their supervisors, and more information can be found on HRE's website under current employees. And then the 2023 holiday calendar. It will include a floating holiday next year, and it will be one of the existing 13 paid state holidays. HR will publish the calendar later this month, and they're currently working with payroll to modify systems and processes to accommodate that holiday. So, did anyone have questions about the human resources updates? Alrighty. All right, President Benson remarks. He's not here. Travis, did he have anything?
He anticipates being here.
Okay.
I will anticipate he may just go.
Okay, we will go back to that in a little bit. Provost remarks, Dr. Ennis is not here. Okay, so we do have a presentation today, social presentation by the Livewell office. So actually, if you don't mind, he just walked in. Dr. Benson, sorry to grab you, but we just bypassed your remarks. So if you want to come up and if you have anything to say, please.
Well, good morning, everybody. You can bypass my remarks anytime you like.
Okay, we'll do it all the time.
Oh. I'm sorry, I just came from getting 3 different checks from HTC, so I figured that was kind of important. David Frost is shaking his head very vigorously, so yes, they're very supportive of a lot of things going on campus, and we're grateful to them for their support. I just wanted to say I really appreciate the turnout for our staff recognition awards. I had mentioned that it was the inaugural, and I always depend on people for background information, and lo and behold, a couple minutes after I get back to the office, I received a message that we've actually done something like this before in the past. Back in 2012, we had Chauncey's Champions, the Staff Excellence Awards that were from 2009 to 2010. So while there have been different iterations, this is the first of its kind, and so I don't want to in any way ignore the fact that we have recognized our staff, but I hope this is a way that you can feel it's a participatory process where you can nominate, and people seem to have a good time, and we will continue it in the future. You know, the other thing I want to mention, every day we're focused on what we have to do and our respective assignments and responsibilities. And last night I had the chance, we had the president of Steinway & Sons on campus. Now, as a pianist, my mother would be so happy looking down from heaven. We had a Steinway artist named Enrico Alisi, who's from the University of Toronto. And he played on our 9-foot Spirio piano, which, if you know about the technology, if you own a Spirio piano anywhere in South Carolina, you could tune into your piano and sit in your home and watch the keys while Enrico played in lifetime. And the entire first part of his performance was Chopin, my favorite composer. The second half he did a Beethoven piano sonata. And imagine the technology that our students have now. This talent is all around us. So I don't want us to ever lose sight of the fact that at our core, we have all these kind of ancillary things we do, whether it's housing or student life or athletics, which all kind of roll up to the primary function of the university, which is the educational experience and providing these types of experiences for our students. And last night was a manifestation of just how important it is to remain focused on that. And the fact that it was unbelievably beautiful music, which is something I really value and I know we all appreciate. So I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you for what you do. Thanks again for your participation last week in the awards. And are there any questions? I know I don't know what the spread is on the game on Saturday, but I know we're favored. Isn't that right, Kelly? And it is a whiteout, so please come and support. It was a good crowd last Saturday, but appreciate all the support of everybody for all of our activities. Thank you very much.
Thanks. All righty. So now. Can you hear me now? Yes. Great. We're good.
So the Live Well office basically promotes societal, community relations, and individual wellness here at the university. And we're located in the student union, and we always tell students that we're located right above the grill. And one of the things that we're going to talk about today is some of the things that I do in the work that I've done. Of course, you all probably know by now that this is a brand new position here on campus, and I'm starting to get used to all the initiatives that's going on. So kind of bear with me as I go through those this morning. The Live Well office basically offers services. We have several initiatives that go on in the office, and they are the wellness initiative, educating about events and presentations. We have an online, and we're going to go through these as we go through. This is just an outline of what I'm going to talk about this morning. We have interpersonal violence prevention advocacy. We also have alcohol screening and support services, as well as internships and nutritional service consultations. This is our staff, Margarita O'Brien. She's been with us since June. We have Chris Donovan Haynes. I'm pretty sure you all know Chris. Chris has been at the university for a long time, and Chris and I go way back because of my work in the community, and that's one of the reasons why I believe that we're able to work together, because we kind of understand, what the community needs here, along with the community as what they would need in the community as well. Of course, I am the Assistant Director for Interpersonal Violence. We have Tina Norden. Tina is the individual in our office who works with alcohol and other drugs, alcohol and other recovery. And of course, we have Molly. She is a nutritionist. She works with students who have issues with eating disorders, and she's not only the person who works with students on campus who may be wanting to change their diets or maybe even move to vegan or vice versa, but she also works for Earmark, and she's that person. Of course, you probably already know all of that stuff. Step Up. Step Up is an initiative that I have really enjoyed working with. I've been able to go to many of the students and speak with them in the University 100, excuse me, is it 110? University 110. So I've been able to actually go and kind of remind the students of, particularly the freshmen, of what is aware and what we can do on campus and how they can get involved. And so we always go back, when I do presentations with them, I also refer back to them all of the play that took place initially that would spark, whether or not they should be able to get involved and if they see something and say something on campus. And I share with them all the time that they've probably known and heard all their lives, if you see something, to say something. So Step Up, the initiative with this one, raises awareness and increases motivations for them to want to help. And not only that, it develops their self-confidence in whether or not they will be able to move forward and see something if they should say something here. This is another initiative. I don't know a lot about this one right now, but I do know that the interpersonal violence is the one that I'm specifically working with, but I do know that I know how to let students know how to find services that they may need here on the university campus. Timely Care. Timely Care is the one that I understand that was put in place in the middle of COVID or moving up to COVID. So I do know that a lot of students who are here that I've spoken with, who have maybe juniors or seniors, may not necessarily know that Timely Care exists, but we do encourage the freshmen to make sure that they upload and download this app on their phone, so in the event that they need to see a physician or seek help after hours, they can have this app to do so. And so we encourage them to upload that app, because sometimes we know that things happen, and one of the things that we've noticed that they have really been connecting with Timely Care after hours and on weekends more so. So that means that if I'm not available as the confidential advocate during the day, or services aren't available through the counseling service, that they can actually talk to a doctor in real time. We talk with students all the time about this initiative, and this is the initiative to reduce suicide and save lives. So people in training, we really encourage students to get involved and take this training. I've done it. It's only 1 hour on Blind. And a lot of times students don't understand that this is a way that they can get involved and maybe help save a life. And this is, and the one thing I like about this training, it has several questions that would literally prepare you to be of service to someone who may be in trouble and thinking about the suicide. Campus events, we do a lot of these on campus, and of course you already know about that, but we have, we literally talk about dating violence and Take Back the Night. We have Take Back the Night that's coming up in October, and we have several events that's going to be going on campus. We are trying to encourage student life to get involved, and we do have several of those. We have a Love Your Body Day. We have Fall Stressful. Of course, you already know all about these. We have Wellness Week. We have the Out of the Darkness Walk, and then of course we have Countdown, Don't Meltdown, which is something that Chris prides herself in doing. We also have the peer educators. The peer educators, in fact, we're actually having our retreat on the weekend. All individuals all the students who have decided that they want to do their internship with us, we are going to have that retreat on Saturday, and a lot of the students are already involved, so we're just going to take them through what it is that they can do and how they can be of service to individuals here on campus as a result of getting involved. Tina, as I stated earlier, she is the person who works with alcohol and other drug use, and so one of the things that I have noticed since I've been here all summer is a lot of students who may have a conduct issue. When they actually call our office, they're able to come in and finish what their assessments are, and once they've completed those assessments, then they're able to move forward with registration and so forth. But one of the things that we want students to know more than anything is that not everybody engage in alcohol and drugs, and so one of the things that I really like about the fact that Tina is doing Shots for Recovery is letting students understand that there are many other things on campus that they can get involved in and not necessarily feel like they're losing out because they're not engaging in alcohol or other drug use. Of course, we all promote this campus being vape-free and tobacco-free, and we always pull that and bring that in when we're out doing Step Up and we're out talking to students in the community about the services that we offer at the Live Well office. Harm reduction is a huge piece when it comes to alcohol and drugs. So, we understand that a lot of students, again, may not understand that these things can be harmful to their bodies. One of the things that I noticed that when I first came on board back in the summer, had a lot of parents calling and wanted to know if we had an AA program. And I personally believe that I was able to tell them that I think we have something much better than an AA program, because we're actually going to cater to your student who may have an addictions program, a problem even before they come to the university. So we were able to make sure that parents understood that if their students or if their child was dealing with an addiction issue, that we were here to provide those services for them as well. Another Shots for Recovery event. These are some of the events that we have on campus where we foster support and accountability. And we try very hard to make sure, Tina does, along with our entire office, trying to make sure that we have activities on campus that can engage students so that they can also understand that they can receive the services that they need while they're here. Now, I'm going to move into something that I believe I'm pretty comfortable with, and that is a part of the work that I do on the campus. Interpersonal violence services are offered. And one of the things that we want everyone to know, that as a confidential advocate, and yes, I am the confidential advocate, we want students to know that we provide supportive services. We educate about sexual interpersonal violence, including harassment, dating violence, as well as stalking. And we want our students to know that we do have those services available to them. The Live Well offices provide outreach and prevention services and services that actually impact those individuals who may be dealing with violence. We are connected closely with the Title IX office, so some of the things I can do as a result of providing services in interpersonal violence is confidential advocacy, meaning that if a student doesn't want to disclose to anyone else on this campus, I want you to know that I'm available so that you can make that referral to us. God forbid if a student has to go to emergency, having been sexually assaulted on this campus, I can also accompany them at the hospital. That's one of the things that I can do. If a student is doing well in class and a teacher or a professor realize that, you know, their grades may be falling and they may decide that they want to find out what's going on with this student, if this person discloses to the professor that they have that they're having some issues as a result of an assault that may have taken on campus, we can help them change housing. We can add academic assistance, which means that we can communicate with the student so that they can better communicate with their professors and kind of let them know what's going on. Not necessarily let them completely know, but they can understand what's going on with that student and maybe provide academic assistance for them as well. And we also have consultation, which means that I can consult and be with that student as they go through the Title IX process. I don't necessarily want to be there to be anything other than an advocate for them. And we can also do safety planning. I want to move back to consultation because if a parent called and asked questions, as a confidential advocate, I cannot disclose anything to that parent, and I want the student to always know that if they confide in me or our office, that we will be there for them. My hours are basically from 9 to 5. And one of the things that I really want you to know on campus is that if I am available Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5 in the Live Well office. But that number at the bottom here, that is my confidential advocate number. And I'll have that posted again at the end of this presentation. But if anybody needs to refer a student to me, I can make sure that I help them get through the maze and try very hard to make sure that we help them get the services that they need so that they can move through and not feel like they're alone on campus. The reporting. If you have a student that confides in you, you may want to sit there with that student and make sure that they move through this process, because if they report to me, they can do the very basic background information here, move forward. I will receive this information regarding that, and then I can go back and follow up with the student, okay? So I want to make sure that you have that, and that's also on my confidential number right there. Okay. Oops, what did? Okay.
Can't see.
Okay. I connect with the Dean of Students, also with Title IX, and also with the Department of Public Service Victims Advocate, Beverly Wilhelm. So we are all in this together. One of the things that I want students to really know, and I want you to know too, that if students confide in you in any way and you feel like they can benefit from actually our services, please send them our way. Typically, when I go out to do a presentation in classrooms, I don't cancel class, whatever the case may be, I try to remind students that yes, underage drinking does happen. But one of the things that we want them to know, if they were to get in trouble for that, or if they report as a result, you know, neither one of them will get in trouble. We just basically talked about, you know, alcohol and other drug use. And students can get in trouble, but we want them to understand that that is something that they do not have to worry about. To us, on this campus life and their well-being is more important than anything else. For those of you who come in contact with students who may be stressed, we want you to know that we're partnered with, hold on one quick second. Because of the 9 dimensions of wellness here on this campus, we want you to offer those students what they need, and we want them to know that they have these services at their fingertips. So we not only include the 9 dimensions of wellness, but we recognize that students are living in stressful situations right now, but we want you to be able to reiterate to them what our services are here on campus. If a student were to confide in you, we want you to know that it's important to believe the survivor. I want you to believe them and make sure that you let them know that you can provide those services. Again, I can't stress enough about the services that we have and how you can help that student believe them. There's some things that you can say to them. Let them know that you believe them. Let them know that it's not their fault. Let them know that you're sorry that this happened to them. Make sure that you let them know that they're not alone, that you're sorry about what happened to them, and to make sure that you check in with them periodically. And not only that, we try to encourage students that if somebody confides in you or if you know of somebody who's going through this, don't judge. It's not their fault that it happened. And not only that, try to get some help for yourself if you're stressed about what your peer or what your classmate or what your cohort is going through. We encourage all of our students to know what the local resources are, as well as the resources here on this campus. Sometimes when I worked with the Rape Crisis Center years ago, I have to tell you, I can't tell you how many students would literally call our office and ask the question, do you think I was assaulted? And they would ask various questions, and I could say to them, the most important thing that we want you to do right now is get yourself to emergency and get the help that you need. And when you get to the ER, somebody from the ER will call us at the Rape Crisis Center, and we will come and we'll help provide services for you. And we also wanted students to know, too, is that if they were a student here on campus, we want them to receive service on campus first, but if they don't feel like they can want to receive services on campus, and a lot of them did not, we would provide services as well, which is one of the reasons why we want students to know that we are also a local, Rape Crisis Center is a local resource, but we want you to receive services on this campus because this campus can provide those services for you. And then we have some additional resources right here that we always encourage students to take pictures of and make sure that if something were to happen, just get in contact with us and we'll take it from there. Any questions? I feel like I rushed through. Yes?
You had mentioned that you'd be willing to escort someone to the hospital, but what if it's after hours?
If it's after hours, that's when it's important that the student knows there are other resources as well. Now, what happens is, and I did this personally, if a student were to give me permission, I always made sure that I communicated and made sure that they had that resource on campus.
So if it were after hours and we had somebody report, needing, sometimes they're working with University Housing and they can assist, in that situation, but if they were maybe an off-campus resident, or something like that, what are the off-campus resources, or not off-campus, but what are the resources you would recommend since you're not available, after hours?
That's a really good question. We try to encourage that. We really try to encourage them to make sure that they communicate with the counseling services and the medical services on campus as well.
So medical services would be the on-call.
On-call.
On-call house.
On-call. She'll correct me if I'm wrong. On-call health services.
We have on-call for counseling services.
Mm-hmm.
Students or staff call public safety and say, like, talk to the on-call counselor.
Right.
Very good.
Another
And
question?
then one more question. Will you be sharing your presentation with us to share with our constituents?
I will. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Any other questions? No other questions? Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bevelyn. Appreciate that. And yes, I will be sharing this presentation with you. When I get back to my office, I will email you all the presentation so you can share with your constituents as well. And you said your office is on the second floor of Lib Jackson? Okay, great. All righty, topics of discussion. We got committee reports. Communications Committee, April, you have anything? All right, come on up.
So the Communications Committee, to give a recap, this summer at the Staff Senate Retreat, it was recommended that our committee take on the website. And so we met to discuss the website, and last month a survey was sent out to all of you to give us feedback on the website. So 10 of you responded, thank you. The others, just so you know, you have an email that's asking you to, but that's okay. We got some great feedback, and what we've decided to do as a committee is we're gonna take some of those ideas and we're gonna implement them so that we can just start making some advancements, some enhancements to the website. Then what we'll do is we'll show you all, get again some more feedback, and then open it up to then our staff on campus, the entire staff, to get their thoughts and feedback. So instead of, you know, doing more surveys and more feedback, we would just really like to get some things rolling. So thank you to Vivian and Molly in Institutional Research for putting together the survey and getting it out there, and then our committee for being willing to work. The other thing that our committee really needs to do is, one of the feedback items that we received from several people was that people wanted to see more regular updates. One of those items being, you know, we just had this great staff recognition event and there were some great photos taken, and people thought, you know, that's a really great item to be highlighting on the website, and to constantly have, you know, we had a faculty staff appreciation event this past weekend. You know, these are the kinds of things that would be great if we had an area for photos and things like that. But one of the things is, if we commit to doing the website, we really want to make sure that we build in a sustainable way that this is being updated. We don't want a website that's stale and falling behind. So as a committee, we need to discuss, how's that going to work, who's going to be updating this regularly, and how are we going to make that happen. So that is also something we'll discuss at our next meeting. So stay tuned for more updates, but if anyone's wondering what's happening, you're welcome to touch base with the committee, but just know that we're going to be making some subtle changes, although many of the recommendations were that people wanted big and exciting changes to the website, and they wanted it to look exciting and new and different from the Coastal website. And Brentley, if you're watching, I'm going to have to call you. So we're going to have to figure out how to do this. Thank you.
Thanks.
Membership committee, Vivian?
See, I'm tall. I have to move it up or hunch over here. Hopefully last week you all got my email with the individual files of your constituents. I did it manually, kind of getting the process in place, but as of this morning, our programmer has completed the project. So on the monthly basis, the beginning of the month, I get the actual HR file on the 1st, depending on what day of the week that is, and then this process will be run, and these files with your up-to-date constituents, effective on like October 1st, November 1st, will be available for you to go out and get. Originally, I was hoping that we could do an email and push it out. As of right now, that's not going to work, but I'm going to send directions on how you can go out and actually access your files. They're going to be living under TCCU Staff Senate /constituents, I believe, and you have to create a desktop shortcut to get actually access to them, but I'll send everybody the directions for that. It'll be up to you to go out and get it, and also look to make sure that it's correct. When I was originally doing the files, I realized that a couple of departments were not in the right general area. We had a strange one where somebody in College of Business, I believe, had educational programs under there. So the system's going to spit those sort of things out, and I'll contact you. And if you want to tell your constituent, it's ultimately the constituent's responsibility to make sure that their information is correct. This is directly out of HR files, so that's basically what's being spit out. And it actually matches what's in the staff directory as well. So anyway, that's we've been trying to get that underway for quite a while, and we're that close. So certainly for October 1st, it'll be ready, and you'll have directions on how to access everything. A question came to me from one of the areas that has a large amount of constituents, and in the bylaws, we have it stated that for for the first 60 constituents, we have one senator, and then if there's 120, then you have two. But the bylaws don't specifically state what happens over 120. It's almost implied that for maybe each 60 we get a new senator, but it's not specifically written that way. So we need to decide that because we have two areas that are now really large. Athletics now has 158 constituents and facilities 134. So we need to look into that. We also have our new Senator Rhonda, who just got on Staff Senate on Friday. So she's real new, and thank you for coming at such short notice. But, yeah. And that brought us up to 29 senators, and if we have a couple of additional ones, we'll end up doing the call for nominations and all that fun stuff and go through the election process. And I think that was all we had. Again, be looking for that email so you can access your current constituent list. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Policy, welfare, and staff recognition. Jean can stay up for both if she has something for both.
Great. Thanks, everyone. So the committee met, policy and welfare, we met, and we finalized the 2022 employee engagement survey for this fall. Once we have a final vote by the committee, we will move this forward for the October 11th meeting for the full Senate. And with a deadline of the week of October 11th, that particular week, for the survey to go out, to run about 3 weeks. It's important to get everybody to take that survey so we can understand what people are thinking, feeling, and how the Policy and Welfare Committee can move ideas forward with that. We are also going to be hopefully meeting with Tom at our next meeting. I haven't heard back from him yet, so I'm hoping we do that to kind of talk about some questions people have regarding the compression, the decompression. So there's still a lot of questions with that, so we want to get that under wraps and into a language that everybody can understand. In terms of the Staff Recognition Awards, what a great committee. It was a lot of work by several mighty people, a couple of them in this room, so we were a small but mighty committee, and I was surprised, so I thank people for allowing me to be surprised, and I thought it was a great event, and we will debrief and make some changes for next year. And if you have any suggestions, please forward them to us. We'd love to hear that. Thank you.
Bylaws, do you have anything to talk about?
I can say the committee.
Yeah.
At Sam's first meeting last month, she tasked us with looking at the bylaws. And I'm thankful to those people who have stepped forward to help with that. I'm looking at them because they've kind of almost said they would, but so far I have Brittany and Rachel and Sandy and Daniel who are willing to look at this. We're going to try to take a good overview of it. But since we were all tasked with that, I'd ask that everybody please review those bylaws. Any notes whatsoever that you have that we might look at would be really helpful. We've just heard of one that Vivian recommended. So we'll meet in the next month and we'll have an idea for you about at least how we're going to handle that committee.
And then if any changes do come to fruition, we'll obviously vote for them here at this meeting to get them into play. But yeah, I definitely think that our bylaws need to be looked at, discussed, reviewed, changed, updated. We are a growing Senate, which is great. I don't know if we'll ever reach the status of faculty Senate and their numbers, but we're growing and changing, so I think that's great. Open floor for discussion. Does anyone have any questions they want to circle back to? Anything that their constituents have brought forward that we haven't discussed? No? Okay, then. I should probably put my agenda in front of my face. Okay, we have no unfinished business and no new business at this time. We do have some good of the order, though. Brittany, you want to come up and talk about homecoming?
Good morning. Happy Teal Tuesday. Thank you, April. Okay, so I am an hour early because I thought our students would announce here soon, but I'm here to talk to you about homecoming because we are taking a different step this year. We're still going to have our competitions for all of you that are really into that office decorating. But I wanted to explain, because we're going to send out an email later today. The committee met and we were taking a look at our schedule and really wanted to include everyone across campus, right? A lot of times it's our fraternity and sorority life organizations, but it's something where we want every student to participate in our homecoming events. We also want faculty and staff to participate in our homecoming events. So we have changed up our schedule a little bit, and I just wanted to run through it. I'm also going to tell you about our theme this year. So if you paid attention to our color out shirts, there is a water theme, right? So the teal out game was tidal wave. We have, well, the white out game. I just needed everyone to know how to pronounce Chanticleer. But the blackout shirt is strong as the oaks, sure as the tide. So we have a water theme going on. So we are riding the wave this year for homecoming, which we're really excited about. So homecoming kicks off on Sunday, the 9th. So we're a month away, right? We're in October now. Miss Teal and Bronze will take place at 7 p.m. in Wheelwright. We're really excited about this because if you watched Miss South Carolina, we had a lot of Coastal Carolina alumni and current students that participated. Our current Miss South Carolina is a Coastal Carolina alum, and I think that's very, very exciting. We always invite them back, so we will have an audience of Miss South Carolina participants. Monday morning is something new, so we will still have our banners across campus, but we are going to do Paint the Campus Teal reveal. So we're inviting everyone to the patio on Williams-Brice pool patio at 10 a.m. We're going to have a light breakfast, so come grab a coffee, take a look at all the banners. Anyone can participate in the banners. There will be really great prizes if you win, and we'll have people's choice so you can take a look at all of the artwork that everyone submits. And I will share this out with you too, Sam, if you want. Yes. That's student organizations, that's individual students, that's faculty and staff. If we have alum that want to participate in the banner competition, the more the merrier, right? Let's get some teal and bronze out there. And then, so Monday, we're still on Monday. The Amazing Race is campus-wide at 5 p.m. We are really looking forward to this new event. We might have a zip line. We might have some really large inflatables coming. But again, anyone can participate. Grab your friend. Tuesday, we have our annual Teal Tuesday t-shirt swap. And that is an opportunity because I know no one in this room will be wearing Clemson or USC during that week. That is an opportunity for everyone to swap out another university shirt to receive a Coastal shirt because it's Teal Tuesday and we should be wearing teal on Tuesdays. We have some really cool limited edition bucket hats that will come out on that day. I hear that's hip, so we got them. Tuesday night, we will have our annual talent show hosted by Coastal Activities Board in Wheelwright from 7 to 9 p.m. Looking forward to that. Actually, Dr. Benson, you reminded me that we have that piano in the union, and I think it would be a really great opportunity for any of our students that play on the piano during the day. Maybe they could be like our intermission of the talent show. And I hear maybe, Dr. Benson, you might want to play, maybe. The bird next to you told me that you might be interested. Sorry, he gave me these eyes. He was like, I don't know, Brittany. Called you out, Travis. Oh my gosh, I would love me some Taylor Swift. Huge fan. I was a huge fan. I'm okay with that. As the advisor of the Taylor Swift Society, I'm okay with that. Okay. Moving forward, on Wednesday, we have the farmers market on Prince Lawn. I believe that is starting at 9 a.m. And then another new event. We have the basketball tournament in HTC at 7 p.m. We are asking for faculty and staff alumni to play against our students. So if you are into basketball, we have something for you. So that will be at 7 p.m. in HTC on Wednesday. We're super excited about that. Thursday, we will have the office decorating walkthrough. So you will have an opportunity to partake in the office decorating. We'll have more information that's going to go out in the email as well. I know who won last year, April? Yeah. Okay.
The office of the registrar won. So
yes.
I'm sure I don't know that you have hard competition.
Hard competition this year. And then that evening, so if you participate in the office decorating, you will be invited to our Homecoming Fest event at Hackler. We are going to have Oktoberfest-like food. We are going to have a cornhole tournament, but we're opening it up to our faculty and staff for the first hour from 5 to 6. And then our students are invited at 6 p.m. Friday, we have the step show at Wheelwright at 7 p.m. And then Saturday, we are bringing back the parade. I'm extremely excited. The band will be there. They did have a competition last year.
Oh, okay.
I want to let you all know, the band had a competition last year, and they were able to pull some people together and play for us. But they will be marching through the parade this year. It's at 9 a.m. We know that we don't have a game day start time. We're going to work with it. 9 a.m. Conway. It's going to be great. Marching band, Chauncey, all the things, all the teal. So, ride the wave. Get involved. It's going to be a great time. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I know my office loves the office decorating contest. I highly encourage all of your offices, if you can, to participate. Because even if you don't win, you still get to come together and decorate with your staff. And I know we always have a good time doing it. So, and we've tried to do it every year, at least since I've been in the registrar's office. So we do look forward to that and look forward to homecoming week and go to the parade too. Went to the parade last year. It was very fun. So yeah, thank you. Some other things, I mentioned Founders Day. That stuff is coming up starting this week. Actually, Thursday kind of kicks it off. But like I said, Friday is the DeCenzo Hall dedication. That will be over at Tradition Lawn in the residence halls. Please go 10 a.m. 7 p.m. is the Founders Day convocation. Please try and attend that if you can. The football whiteout game is Saturday. That's at 1 p.m. And Sunday is a service project, cleaning up the recyclables from the football game. So you'll have to, and I believe in the email that was sent out, when was it, yesterday, I think it was, this email came out, there are links to sign up for some of these service projects if you want to do that. So look at that email for the links. Tuesday is the birthday celebration on Prince Lawn that begins at 2 p.m. And then there's the Scholar Lecture Series later that evening at 7. Another service project working with the new Arboretum on campus. If anyone doesn't know where that is, it's right next to Wheelwright across from Baxley Hall. They put in the new paving walkway that got done like last month. So there'll be a service project with that, as well as working downtown in Conway. I believe Wednesday and Thursday is a Conway beautification project. There's a throwback 50s lunch in Hicks next Thursday, and that kind of closes it off for Founders Week. But yes, so those are some of the things coming up this week. In the future, we have Family Weekend at the end of this month, starting on September 30th. Homecoming, which Brittany just spoke about. Later in the semester, the holiday lighting and market will be on November 29th. And the faculty and staff holiday reception is December 8th. And then fall commencement is pretty much all day on December 14th. Anything else for good of the other? Yes. Shoot it out. No, Jean?
Talk about professional development.
Oh, yeah.
For staff.
Yeah, yeah, come on.
I know people have been having questions on that, so I think next week, or next time, we're going to do a presentation. Right? Yeah, we'll try that. We do have many different series developed for our staff and our faculty here on campus. We are the Center for Professional Development and Academic Technology with 2 offices, the Office of Professional Development and the Office of Academic Technology. We are working on our website to make it easier to use. We are working to move towards one registration site for everyone, but I want to highlight some of the things that are happening this fall. We have our fall leadership series, and we kicked off with staff in leadership, and April Betch was there to talk about what she's learned about leadership. And we have faculty in leadership coming up, career services, community spotlight. We have Conway Downtown Alive coming for that. We have business development in leadership with Joe Moglia, who has graciously said yes to talking about his leadership and what he's learned. And then we also have veteran services on Veterans Day, what it means, what really Veterans Day does mean. So in talking about leadership in the military and what people have learned from that. So I hope you'll sign up for those. We have CAST, which is the group of admins here on campus. And we have 3 sessions planned for CAST this fall on September 22nd, self-service overview for staff, student advocacy and intervention in October, and then a gratitude potluck in November. So please sign up for the CAST. And we also have a breakfast series, which kicked off this morning. It's a great way to get to, number one, to form community. We did find in our survey that community was something people wanted to build, so we're working on building community. And that started this morning with an introduction to our new office. And we had that in the Singleton Ballroom with a continental breakfast, and it was a great way for people to talk and to meet each other and just to form community again. The next one will be October 11th from 8 to 9, and Sustain Coastal will be here to talk about ways to be sustainable on campus and in your own life. And then in November, we have one from the admissions office and all that they do, and spotlighting them in terms of all the people, all our new students that they've brought to campus. So please sign up for that. And tomorrow we start with our anti-ism reading group and conversations, uncomfortable conversations with a black man from Manuel Ochoa is the book. And our own VP, Travis Overton, along with Dean of Students, Associate Dean of Students, Harry Titus, will be leading that conversation. If you haven't read the book, that's fine. We invite everyone and we encourage everyone into the conversations. And if you have questions, you can email professionaldevelopment@coastal.edu. Thank you.
Jean, can you send me those flyers and I can send them out to all of you all so that you can share with your constituents with the upcoming dates? Travis, you had something to add?
Got in trouble from David Russell to make sure to go to the mic. So just one quick announcement in addition to what Sam gave earlier from Executive Council. There will be 2 candidates for the Vice President for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion that will be coming to campus next week. We have candidate forums that will take place on Monday and Wednesday of next week. I'm seeing the draft of the email come through on my email, so I anticipate that the email will go out between today or tomorrow with exact times, but we just want to encourage community members to please, please, please come to those sessions on Monday and Wednesday and provide your feedback on those 2 candidates that we're inviting to campus to serve as our next Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer. Thank you.
And the Associate Vice President for Marketing Communications search is also rolling along as well. That was chatted about yesterday. So, and they're looking at several candidates too. Anything else for good of the order? All righty. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Motion by April, second by Kelly. All in favor? All right. See you. Oh, I'm sorry. Our next meeting is October 11th. Apologies. Again, when I don't put my agenda in front of my face.